Welcome back to our Bantu history series. In case you are new here, make sure you support us by hitting that subscribe button to receive our future videos. The Kanem-Bornu Empire, a legacy of power and trade in Central Africa. The Kanem-Bornu Empire was one of the most enduring and influential empires in Central Africa, lasting from the 9th century until the 19th century, spanning parts of modern-day Chad, Nigeria, Niger, Cameroon, and Libya. The empire played a critical role in regional politics, trade, and the spread of Islam across the Sahel. Its rise, resilience, and legacy reflect a deep historical richness that continues to shape cultural identities in the region today. Origins and rise of Kanem. The empire initially began as the Kingdom of Kanem, founded around the 9th century CE near Lake Chad by the Zagawa or Tebu people, nomadic pastoralists with North African and Saharan influences. Kanem's strategic position between the North African Berber world and sub-Saharan Africa gave it access to critical trade routes linking the Mediterranean to the African interior. The Duguwa Dynasty, which first ruled Kanem, oversaw the early consolidation of territory and political authority. Around the 11th century, a major transformation occurred with the rise of the Sayfawa Dynasty, a line of rulers claiming descent from Saif ibn Yazan, a legendary Yemeni noble. This dynasty replaced the Duguwa and established the long-lasting royal lineage that would govern Kanem and later Bornu for nearly 1,000 years. Conversion to Islam and political organization. Islam entered the Kanem royal court during the reign of Mai, King Ume Jilmi, 1085 to 1097, who converted to Islam and encouraged the faith among his subjects. The adoption of Islam brought the Kanem elite into greater contact with North African Islamic powers, boosting Kanem's prestige in the eyes of the wider Muslim world. Islamic law, Sharia, began to influence governance, and Islamic scholars and clerics became prominent figures at court. Kanem's political system was centralized around the Mai, who held both religious and political authority. The empire was divided into provinces overseen by trusted officials or relatives, and a system of tribute reinforced loyalty and economic control. Kanem also maintained a standing army, often composed of cavalry, which played a vital role in protecting trade routes and suppressing revolts. Height of power and expansion. The Kanem Empire reached its zenith in the 13th century under the rule of Mai Idris Aluma, 1210 to 1259. A devout Muslim and ambitious conqueror, Dunama led military campaigns across the Sahel, capturing territory as far as modern-day Niger and northeastern Nigeria. He also embarked on a pilgrimage to Mecca, further strengthening diplomatic and religious ties with the broader Islamic world. Under his leadership, Kanem became a major center of Islamic learning, trade, and military power. The empire became known for its role in the trans-Saharan trade, dealing in gold, ivory, salt, horses, and tragically, slaves. Caravans passed through Kanem, linking it with Tripoli, Fezzan, and Egypt. Decline and transition to Bornu. From the late 14th century, Kanem faced internal strife, dynastic disputes, and external attacks, particularly from nomadic groups such as the Bulala from the east. These pressures eventually forced the Sayfawa Dynasty to relocate their capital westward across Lake Chad into a region known as Bornu. By the 15th century, Bornu emerged as the new center of power. The Kanem-Bornu Empire was thus born, retaining many traditions and administrative structures of the older Kanem state. Its new capital, N'Gzargamoya, became a thriving political and cultural hub, further enhanced during the 16th century under Mai Idris Aluma, 1571 to 1603. The reign of Mai Idris Aluma. Mai Idris Aluma is considered one of the greatest rulers of the Kanem-Bornu Empire. A military genius and reformer, he expanded the empire's borders, reorganized the army, and introduced gunpowder weapons through contact with the Ottomans and North African merchants. His reign saw the construction of roads, fortresses, and mosques, as well as the strengthening of Islamic education and legal systems. Aluma also revived diplomatic ties with North African Islamic states and maintained a correspondence with the Ottoman Empire. His efforts brought stability, growth, and renewed prestige to the empire. Decline and fall. Despite its resilience, the Kanem-Bornu Empire began to decline in the 18th and 19th centuries. External threats, such as the rise of the Fulani jihadist states and European colonial encroachment, weakened the empire. Internal corruption, rebellions, and a breakdown in centralized power further eroded Bornu's authority. By the late 19th century, the empire had effectively disintegrated. Its remnants were eventually absorbed into British and French colonial territories during the European scramble for Africa. Legacy. The legacy of the Kanem-Bornu Empire lives on in the cultural and political histories of Chad, Nigeria, and neighboring countries. The Kanuri people, descendants of the empire's citizens, remain a significant ethnic group in northeastern Nigeria. The empire's contributions to Islamic scholarship, statecraft, and trans-Saharan commerce marked it as one of Africa's most influential pre-colonial civilizations. Kanem-Bornu stands as a proof of African resilience, innovation, and global connectivity long before European colonization. Its history challenges outdated narratives of Africa's past and highlights the continent's deep and dynamic historical roots. If you like these videos and would like to support in their continued production, you can do so by joining our membership. Click the Join button below. That is all we had for you today. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks for watching. We will see you on the next one.